Hello and welcome to the viewers of this video. This is the Orange Fan here, bringing you another entry for the episode Recap and Thoughts category. This video will be dedicated to the B segment of episode 17 of The Loud House, A Novel Idea. We begin this segment with Mr. Loud about to take the Loud sisters to his IT office. This is because it's Take Your Daughter to Work Day. Because of that, though, it also means that Lincoln can't tag along as well. Mrs. Loud actually comments how it isn't fair that Lincoln can't take part in the fun, so she decides to unofficially make an unofficial Take Your Son to Work Day by bringing Lincoln to her dentist office, where she's a hygienist. Upon arriving at the office, they are greeted by the dentist, Dr. Feinstein, voiced by Charlie Schlatter, and he reveals Mrs. Loud's first name to the audience. Her name is Rita. While Rita is about to get ready to help Dr. Feinstein out, she does allow Lincoln a chance to have a couple of activities to do, like some dentist-themed comics or even a couple of extra supplies they don't really use to help him keep himself amused as she's working. And Lincoln does try to make the most out of it, but he always catches a glimpse of across the street. That's because the IT office is right across the street from the dentist office, where he's seen his sisters having the time of their lives at the IT office. And Lincoln is still bummed out about this, but then he notices that there's an arcade next to the IT office, and he decides that he can spend some time there in the meantime. As it turns out, Rita is helping Dr. Feinstein with some caramel apple related dentist work that's supposed to take roughly a half hour to finish. While this is going on, she also asks Lincoln to watch over the notebook that she's been writing in throughout the segment's earlier parts. So Lincoln agrees to do so. He's at the arcade for a while, but then when he hit the alarm he set on his watch tells him that the half hour is almost up, he rushes back to the dentist office. It turns out, though, that Rita's going to be there a little longer because of a numbing needle accident with Dr. Feinstein. And it's at this moment when she brings up the notebook, too. That's when Lincoln realizes he accidentally left it back at the arcade. And he ends up finding out from his mom that the notebook has been plans for a novel that she's been working on for 7 years. So as Rita goes to help Dr. Feinstein, Lincoln rushes back to the arcade hoping to find the notebook, but it's been thrown into a garbage truck, so Lincoln has to try and catch it. He ends up getting some roller skates nearby. He comments how convenient it is. And he's even holding the reins of a horse to chase after it. So he's not in a carriage. Here's the horse, here's the reins, and he's holding on to it while he's on the roller skates. But the garbage truck driver thinks that he wants to race. And then after going really fast, though, the book does fly out of the garbage truck, and it looks like it's within Lincoln's grasp. But then a vehicle that cleans the street then comes by, and then it catches the book in it, and it leads to a whole big chain of events where the book or the notebook keeps landing into different spots, and it keeps getting tossed around before Lincoln has the chance to get it. It eventually lands in a construction yard, and Lincoln, of course, keeps trying to get it. He even has to climb up a few girders to get to it, but then it falls into a pit where it's about to get covered in cement. Lincoln does manage to get a hold of the notebook, but then the cement comes in, so he has, I guess you could say, literal cement shoes now. Eventually, he makes it back to the dentist office, but Rita has been ready for a while now and wonders where he's been. Lincoln explains the long story, but says he has the notebook, only for it to be destroyed. It just disintegrates after all that hard work. And Rita questions her son what just happened, and so Lincoln, it cuts ahead to where Lincoln has finished up telling her about his whole chaotic chain of events, and Rita is disappointed that that Lincoln had lied to her or kind of snuck off behind her back, and that the notebook was destroyed. But then she concedes that he might have actually done her a favor, because she admits that the notebook was pretty much the ideas for the novel she had. It was pretty much just a recreation of her life, a bored dentist hygienist with a pet fish for company. And she admits that, yeah, it wasn't going to go anywhere. And she did say that Lincoln's whole adventure of trying to reclaim the notebook actually inspired her. So now she's planning a new novel, this time with Lincoln as the inspiration and his exploits. Oh, and she also uses a drill to get the cement off of Lincoln's shoes, and she has a new notebook now, and asking Lincoln about how he adventured through certain situations. But seeing a horse, Lincoln gets an idea. It's back at the Loud house. Mr. Loud and the Loud sisters are back, and they feel bad that Lincoln and Rita were probably bored out of their mind. But then we find out that, or actually they see Lincoln and Rita are hanging on the reins of a horse, like what Lincoln was doing earlier, to kind of recreate the moment to help get the creative juices flowing for Rita. And the segment ends there with them seeing that. Now, this was a segment I also really liked a lot. Just like how its sibling segment focused on the dad, this one gave, or at least gave the dad a big focus or an important role in it. This one gave the mom an important role in it, and we do find out her first name, Rita. And actually, her name is a pun when you think about it, because Rita Loud sounds like read out loud. And it fits with her idea for a novel, so that was pretty fun. And oh, you may recall back when we covered Overnight Success, I did mention how one of the parents was Lynn Sr., because Senior and Junior is used when the relatives that share the same name are parent and offspring. And since Lynn, the daughter, was Lynn Jr., and well, actually, I did mention there that supplementary material did confirm that Lynn Sr. was the dad's name, and yes, with this one, since Rita is explicitly stated to be the mom's first name, that indirectly confirms, yes, the dad is Lynn Sr. So you can expect to hear me call him Lynn Sr. and Rita more often in the future videos, now that it's been more or less confirmed, whether directly or indirectly. But in any case, like I said, since the first segment, the A segment, focused on Lynn Sr. in a prevalent role, it was nice how this segment, the B segment, gave Rita a significant role, and we got to learn a better understanding of her, because, like I said in the previous segment's video, Season 1 didn't focus too much on the Loud parents compared to Season 2, so back when they first aired these two segments, episode 17 in total, when they aired, it was a nice insight on the parents, and we got to see a little more about them. As for what else did I like? Well, for this segment, we did get to see both the parents' jobs, actually, so that was a nice insight on their lives outside of the house. And yeah, Lincoln trying to reclaim the notebook, it did remind me of some of the old, Tom and Jerry. It reminded me a couple of some Tom and Jerry shorts, although the ones I'm thinking of more were the ones where Tom and Jerry actually had to team up to watch a baby who got in trouble, all of this. I mean, in Lincoln's case, it wasn't a living person that he had to watch over, but an inanimate object, but still went through a lot of crazy hijinks. But you gotta hand it to Lincoln. He really did try his best to get the notebook after he accidentally forgot it. Good on him. And it was nice to see that Rita actually appreciated the effort and kind of gave her better inspiration for her idea of a novel. So that was a nice, heartwarming moment, too. And it will be interesting to see if they ever touch up again on that novel idea. If we ever do get to see a future segment where Rita focuses on her novel. Because, like we've admitted before, Loud House is mostly an episodic series, but there are still some serialized aspects to it. And actually, in season 2, we do get a follow-up regarding Lynn Sr.'s job at the IT office. We'll cross that bridge when we get to it, but yeah, if they did something to expand upon Lynn Sr. and his career, yeah, I don't think it's impossible to suspect that Rita might get a future segment about her dream career, or dream job, if you will, and that might be nice to see. So I'm hoping we'll see more of that in the future. And yeah, overall, between the two segments, I don't think I have one I prefer more over the other. I liked both segments of episode 17. I thought they were both nice insights on what the parents are like. So yeah, I don't think I have a favorite between the two. I think episode 17 overall was a good episode. And with that covered, we've now discussed both segments of episode 17 on this channel. Take care, and until next time.